Okay, we're going to create another scene here, and this time we're going to create an OTS, or an over-the-shoulder graphic. So I'm going to go ahead and right-click and create a new scene here, and I'm just going to give it the name OTS. It gives us the thumbnail here, so I'm going to double-click on the thumbnail to open it. It tells us down here that this scene is open, and I'm just going to start this scene again by dragging a new group into it. I'm going to say this is our OTS group. This is going to be our top main group here. Now I have an image of the OTS that we're going to make, so I'm just going to slide this into our background image here, and you can see that it's made up of a headline, a subline, we have a picture box that we're going to be able to swap out, and also a lower bar here that's also going to be able to swap in and out. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to replace my background image with my anchor woman here to get started. I'm going to go into my built-ins, and first thing that we're going to do is build the headline. So again, I'm going to start with a group here, and I'm going to drag a group down, and this is just going to be my headline group. And I'm going to go ahead and start by dragging a Noggi into this headline group. I'm going to click on the Noggi to go into the Noggi editor, and let's do a width of maybe at least something like 350, might be a little too much, 300 maybe. And we'll take the height down to maybe around 45. I'm going to decrease the bevel on each corner of my Noggi, and I'm also going to take the stretch down to 0 on this Noggi. Now the bevel top left I want, so I'm just going to bevel that 20, and then I'm just want to reposition this, so we'll move it over here to the left. I'm going to turn on my title area and safe area to see where we're at. So let's move it over a little bit more. Now I'm going to go back into the server. I'm going to use one of these two BG1 or BG2 images here to give this Noggi some texture. So I'll just drag this BG1 down, I'll click on the image, and I will increase the scaling of this image just a bit, roughly right around there. Now I'm going to go ahead and just copy this Noggi down. I'm going to swap out the black image with the green image here from my image folder. I'm going to click on the Noggi, and I'm just going to decrease the height a little bit and also decrease the width a little bit as well. So I'm just going to move it roughly right about there, and let's just move it left a tiny bit as well. So the width, let's stretch it out so that it goes to the edge of the screen, and we'll move it over like this. Now if your image isn't quite matching up, I'm going to go into the image here and just increase the size a little bit. I'm going to single scale mine, so I'm going to move my single scale Y parameter down so that we see a little bit of the edge there on the image, and let's just scale the X up a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and copy this Noggi one more time, and I'm going to replace the green image with this white image in our image database. I'm just going to increase our Z position up on these, and I'm holding down Control to do it in small increments. So let's go into our green Noggi and just bring that forward so that it doesn't intersect with our background black Noggi. Now I'm going to go into the Noggi editor for our white banner here, and I'm just going to decrease the height again and maybe adjust the width a little bit. Let's move it left in the X position, and we'll move it down to the bottom roughly of the green Noggi. I have my bounding box on, so if you need to see it a little bit better, we can turn that BB box off. Alright, I'm just going to quickly rename these, so I'm just going to call this one white banner, and I'll hit the arrow up key to move up in my container stack here. I'll call this one green banner, and I'll call this one black banner. Alright, I'm going to add one more little design element here, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab a rectangle and slide this down. I'm going to click on the rectangle. I'm going to use the vertex colors here to give it a color. So I'm going to turn on use vertex colors. I'm going to click on my first color swatch. I'm going to use the color picker to select this green color from my scene. Once I have one color, I'm just going to copy it down to the other colors here, just like that. I'm going to close my color box. I'm going to adjust my height of this rectangle down pretty thin to about 1 or 2, and then increase the width as well. Now I'm just going to reposition this up around my banner here, so I'll just put it somewhere right around here, and let's just increase that width so that it touches the edge of the screen. Okay, so that's done. I'm going to close this group. I'm going to start a new group for our subline, so I'm just going to go ahead and rename this new group here our subline group. I'm going to use a Noggi again to create this. I'm going to slide a Noggi down as a subcontainer of my subline. I'm going to go ahead and click on the Noggi to go into the Noggi editor, and again I'm going to make the width here 300, the height maybe about 35. I'm going to take the bevel down of each corner to 0, and I'm going to put my stretch at -20. I want to color it with the black image again, so I can go into my server and drag one of these BG1s or BG2s down on it, or I can go into my other Noggi that I already have and just copy this image right down onto it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to copy that image, and you see that it fills this Noggi because of the setting that we already had. Now I'm just going to reposition this, so I'm going to move this up on the Y and move it over on the X a little bit. And you can pretty much position it wherever you want. I just want a little gap right there, roughly about that space here. And I just want to add one more element to that, so I'm going to open up my headline group and actually copy this rectangle down again and just move the Y position down with this one as well. I'm also just going to slide this left just a tiny bit so it touches the edge of our Noggi. Now I'm going to make the picture box, so I'm going to add a new group here, and let's just call this one pick box. And I'm going to go ahead into my built-ins again. I'm going to use a Noggi again just as a backplate. So I'm going to slide a Noggi down. Again, I'm going to use one of these black images. So I'm just going to slide my BG1 down onto it. I'm going to click on my image, and I'm just going to put the mapping to vertex. So I'm going to go into my Noggi editor here and just kind of readjust my settings here. So let's do a width of 300. Our height maybe about 175. Let's try that. And I'm going to take my bevels down to 0, and I'm also going to put my stretch to -20 as well. I'm going to reposition this, so I'm going to slide it down a little on the Y, move it over on the X. Now this time I'm going to do a little bit something different. I'm going to go back into the Noggi, and I'm going to turn my crop face on here in the Noggi. There's a little button that says crop. I'm going to turn that on. When we do that, it makes it a rectangle. So what this means is that we have to come into our crop faces here and readjust. So I'm going to slide my left crop face left. I'm going to adjust my right crop face, and then my bottom and top as well. So I'm going to spread my bottom out and my top as well. Now what I really want is to create some type of edge like this. So I'm just going to increase my left crop face again, and then move our Noggi over. If I need to increase the width, I can use the crop face. So as I adjust this, you can see that it's revealing more of the Noggi here. Okay, now that I have that, I actually want to make a frame so that we can swap out our pictures. So I'm going to go into the built-ins, and I'm just going to use a rectangle. So I'm going to slide this down. I'm going to reposition this over, and I'm going to go into the rectangle box and increase the width and the height. I'm going to make them equal or square, so I'm just going to type in 200 and 200. That's a little bit too big, so let's go 175, 175, and we'll try something like that. So I'll just reposition this again. We'll bring it down, and it's going to sit somewhere roughly right around here. In the meantime, I'm going to go back into my server, and I'm going to drop some type of image on it. Now I have a couple of images here that I made for this OTS specifically. These images are 500 by 500, so any image that I know that I might use for the OTS should be the same size. So you may want to make a template in Photoshop or something, and any image that's going to be used for an OTS should always be the same size. So I'm going to go ahead and just drop this image on it, and I'm going to click on the image, and I'm just going to place the mapping to vertex. That's going to pin the image to the rectangle every time, so that when you do swap out this image, it's going to always look square as long as that image is 500 by 500. Now there's one more element that I want to add, and we're going to add also like a little drop box. So I'm just going to add a new group here, and we'll just call this like drop line or something. Since I already have most of the elements made, I can actually just take some of these and copy it. So I'm going to take my subline group here and take that Noggi that we designed, and I'm going to copy that by holding down Control, clicking and dragging, and you see that little plus sign. I'm going to drop this into our drop line. I'm going to go into the transformation editor and adjust the Y position down here, roughly right around there, and then I'll just reposition the X as well. So this drop line, I want it to look kind of the same as the headline. So what I can do is just take these green banner and this white banner that we had already created. I'm going to select them both by holding down Control, Then I'm going to press Control again, click and drag these down. And you can see that little plus container that is copying 2 containers now. I'm going to put them in my drop line group, and then we're just going to readjust these. So to make it easy on myself, I could move these individually, but I'm just going to select them both and group them to be able to slide these 2 down together. So I'm just using the group here to place these and slide these down. Now I do want to adjust the height, make them a little bit smaller, so I'm just going to go ahead and put this at 25, and we're going to do the same for our white banner. Put that at 25, maybe a little bit less as well. I'm going to go ahead and reposition these, and we're just going to slide these over near the bottom. Alright, so I'm going to close these up, and now it's time to go add the text. So what I'm going to do is add a new group here, and maybe I'll just call this text group. And I'm going to go back into my server. I'm going to grab my font here. So I'm just going to slide my font down, and let's name this one the headline. So we'll come into the ABC icon or our text icon. It takes us into the text editor. I'm going to change my text here to headline. I'm going to change my type from geometry to texture. I'm going to go into the transformation editor, scale it down, and reposition this as well. We'll need to bring it up in the Z position, so I'm going to go ahead and just click Z 1 or 2 to advance it up. And we'll just reposition this a little bit again. We'll go back into our materials here, and we'll drop the black material onto it. Again, we'll probably want to add some constraint to this so they don't go outside the line. So we'll go into our built-ins, our container plugins, into the tools folder, and grab our max size plugin. I'm going to drop this onto our headline text. I'm going to use our default X scale here to decrease the amount, and also on the default Y scale I'm going to decrease the amount. Our max width I'm going to place about 700, and come back into our text here and type, and 700 is too much, so let's back off a little bit to roughly, let's try 500, and we'll come into our text here, type. Still a little bit too much, so we can decrease it down to about 350 maybe, and we'll type in once more just to see where it hits that right side and starts to shrink. Roughly good enough. You can always go back and tweak it if need be. Alright, since I have that all set up, I'm just going to copy this container that we just set up there. I'm going to rename it our subline. I'm going to go into the transformation editor and just slide this down on the Y position. I'm going to get rid of that black material so that it's white. We'll just decrease the size of this a little bit too, maybe 1 or 2 points. And if you want to test this again, you can come in here and type and see where it starts to shrink as well. Good enough for right now. The last thing that I want to do is add some text to our drop line. We're going to do this a little bit different, so I'm going to go ahead and close this text group and go back into my drop line. This time I'm going to add the font right inside my drop line. So I'm going to go into server, into my F tab or font tab, and drag another font into my drop line. I'm just going to go ahead and click on the transformation editor to scale this down and reposition it. I'm going to bring it up in the Z position as well. Let's scale it down and slide it over. We'll want a black material, so I'll go back into my server, into my M tab, drag the black material onto this text. If you want to rename it, we can here. So I'll just name this drop line. Again, you might want a max size, so we'll go into the built-ins and drag the max size plugin down onto this drop line. When we do that, we'll have to come into the max size plugin and readjust. So I'm going to set my default X and Y scale here to roughly around 4. I'm going to go back into my text and change the type from geometry to texture, and just go back into the max size again, and I'm going to type in about 350 to test that, or let's go a little bit smaller, 300 maybe, and some change. So that should be good. If you want to get technical, we're just going to go ahead and rename these lines too. So I'll just type in drop line, and I'll change my subline here text as well, just so we're not getting confused when we look at it. Okay, so we have our scene all set up. Now we can just go in and start animating. So we're going to animate this before we actually drop the control plugins on it.